Thomas house, and we are out in the garden today on this lovely day in March. And in this video, we are planting broccoli and cauliflower. So let's get to it. So I have my rows prepped here for my cauliflower and broccoli. I'm gonna do 2 rows each, and like I've said in previous videos, I like to prep my rows first. That way I know my spacing's right, and I like the way that it looks and how I have it set up. So always prep your beds first before you just go right into planting your seeds. All right, so the first thing we're gonna plant is the cauliflower. So whenever you're planting cauliflower, it has really tiny seeds, almost like your lettuce seeds do, but you want to try to space them at least 2 to 4 inches apart if you can. And if you need to, you can always go back and thin them out, you know, if they're too close together. So I have to be honest with you guys. Broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage is something that I have been semi-successful with growing in the garden. And the reason being for that is I'm a organic gardener, so I don't like to use pesticides or anything like that in the garden. And so I always get these really beautiful plants, get really nice cabbage heads, and just before it gets time to harvest them, the cabbage moss and the slugs and caterpillars take over, and I end up losing the whole bed. Last year it was pretty devastating. I cried because I had these beautiful heads of cabbage, and it would just look so pretty, and then a big rain came. The next morning I went out to look, and the slugs had just had a field day with it. So I was pretty disappointed. But through a lot of research and talking to other gardeners in the area that also do organic gardening, I've learned some tips and tricks that I'm going to be implementing this year. So we'll see if it's going to be successful. But what I have told is you kind of have to go above and below as far as your pest control with cauliflower, broccoli, and your cabbage, collard greens, things like that, by using diatomaceous earth on the actual soil itself and around the plants once they get going, to help take care of any of your like slugs and soil critters. And then for your moths, you use things like garden fabric over the top, which I have done before, but what I realized was that the garden fabric was too low. It just kind of draped over them, and so whenever they were trying to grow, they were growing all these funky ways because they couldn't grow straight up. So this year I'm going to try to do some sort of staking system to see if I can't stake it up higher. So definitely make sure to, you know, subscribe, follow to the Thomas house. That way you can kind of see that journey, because I'm pretty excited to see if I can be successful this year with cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli. My husband, Ben, you know, just says, you know, don't worry about it. You know, we can get it pretty cheap in the grocery store. And I'm like, it's not about that. It's about, you know, defeating these pests organically so I can get broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage in the garden. So, like I said, definitely make sure you're following along so you can see how that goes. And hey, if it works, then maybe it's something you can implement as well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish planting up this broccoli and cauliflower, and then I'll see you soon. And there you have it. Broccoli and cauliflower is planted. Like I said, be sure to follow, like, and subscribe to the Thomas house to stay in the loop on everything that's happening here in the garden, as well as some of our DIY projects coming up, home renovations, recipes, all kinds of stuff. So make sure, like I said, you're following along for the journey, and we'll see how the broccoli and cauliflower go this year. Until next time, guys, bye!